All right, hello Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. We're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to get an idea of your general energies going into February 21st to February 28th. We're going to see what kind of conflicts that you're having and how to resolve those conflicts. And starting here with the Spirit Song Tarot, we have the Two of Acorns card, which is telling you to have a little bit of insight and focus on some sort of situation. We have appears to be like a hawk right now that is hunting. So you're searching for something right now, Scorpio. And let's go ahead and see what that thing is. I think that your last week's reading was about not setting the bar too high, basically. So I think that right now you're finding a little bit of strength and understanding where you need to exert your energies right now. Let's see here in your recent past, we have the Two of Pentacles card. So kind of juggling a lot of different situations right now. It could be something to do with work or school. And here going into your future, we had the Five of Swords card, which might be a little bit of deception and betrayal right now. So I kind of just be on the lookout right now. I think that right now the insight and focus that you have is reevaluating some of your relationships, Scorpio. So I think that you could just be seeing which relationships aren't quite working out for you. When we talked about last week about reinvesting some energies, it might be that you've been investing too much energy on the wrong relationships, for instance. And because of that, now you're in a situation where you have to kind of walk away from some relationships. And it doesn't mean that you have to cut people off, but it just means that you need to kind of reinvest your energy a little bit. Here in your area of above, which is kind of how you're projecting yourself out into the world, we have the Hermit card here. So I think that right now you're a Scorpio who's turning inward. You're less focused here on the grind and you're more focused on spending time soul searching and really exploring yourself. Here in your area below though, we have the Four of Pentacles card. This is your subconscious. I think that right now you've had some big financial changes, and it's not something negative. It could just be you've made some big purchase or something, and because of that, you're kind of just focused a little bit more on what you have. I see a really interesting Scorpio here who has made some kind of big step forward on this new portion of their life, and they're feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit more secure, and because of that you're kind of able to turn inward a little bit more and focus a little bit more on yourself instead of other people and drama and crazy bullshit. Here in your area of advice, we have the Page of Pentacles card. This can be telling you right now, you have all this Pentacles energy. I think that there's some change happening with how you're viewing finances or how you're viewing your career. I don't think that the cards don't indicate that there's a big career shift. You haven't quit a job or anything, but I think you're reevaluating your spot in your job, for instance. You're reevaluating what the job means to you. And I think that you might be looking out on the horizon at new opportunities. And that doesn't mean that you're going to take some big leap of faith on something new, but it just means that you're kind of better understanding okay, in the future, I can leverage the skills that I'm gaining right now to doing this that I might be more passionate about. So I see a big, you're a Scorpio right now who's not in a state of transition and change, but you're a Scorpio right now who's you're just going through a slight metamorphosis. You're starting to change how you're looking at things. And I think if you start changing how you're looking at things, it's going to start manifesting these wonderful new opportunities into your life. Here with your area of external factors, we have the Nine of Swords card. Just a lot of sleepless nights. I think that you're just feeling rather restless about, I think that maybe this career that you've gotten yourself into, for instance, it might not be the best thing for you. For right now, you might feel as though it's really just maybe too difficult, or it's not difficult enough. It's not challenging you, or it's not paying you enough. That's a huge one, right? Or there's no big conflict here. It's not the bosses are terrible, or the coworkers are mean to you or something. I'm just seeing there's conflict between you and your aspirations and this job, basically. So I think that right now you're trying to reconcile that right now, Scorpio. Here in your area of hopes and fears, we have the Chariot card. I think that you're kind of fearful that maybe one day you won't be able to move out of this situation. You might have a really confident and stable situation here, but it's just, you kind of understand you're not going to be doing this in 5 years or 10 years. You know that you need to move on to something new. So you're kind of you're spending time right now soul searching and kind of understanding okay, what skills have I gained? What experience do I have? What skills do I need to gain in order to move on to the next portion of my life? Because it's not if you want to move on to a new career, you don't have to scrap everything that you know and start from ground zero. you can take everything that you have now and then translate it into something new. So I think that right now you're kind of worried about making that next step forward, basically. Here in your area of an outcome, though, we have the Judgment card. So I'd say as an outcome of this reading, I think that the Judgment card, I don't think that you're going to be rendering judgment upon anybody or something. I think that this is a reminder that you do have pretty sound judgment right now, especially with like the starting here with the Two of Acorns card, with that eagle that's like soaring above the sky. I think that right now, like, you're the one who's kind of soaring above the situation. You're taking task of everything around you right now through like that Hermit card kind of energy, through like focusing inward right now. You're able to better navigate your situation right now, Scorpio. So Scorpio, here at the end of the reading, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video and think of 3 questions, we're going to pull 3 cards for you. So we're going to have 1, 2, and 3. So Scorpio, for your first question, I have a yes. For your second question, I also have a yes. And for your last question, I have a little bit of a maybe there. So Scorpio, if this reading resonated with you, please check out your sun, moon, and rising as well. And we were going to do like an additional 100 subscriber bonus reading for the week, but I kind of decided that it was a little bit overkill. It's kind of unnecessary. I don't think that it would be super helpful to the subscribers. So what we're going to do is every 100 subscribers, we're going to do a month-long reading. So starting next month for March, we're going to do our first monthly reading for March. So it'll kind of give you like a general idea of the whole month. And then all these weekly readings are going to plug into that and kind of give you like further information to utilize for each week. So Scorpio, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.